What's up? It's your girl, Cloe Luv, and I'm back with a new episode of Cloes Couch. I've been going for a while, 3 years to be exact, and I really missed you guys. But I come back with new surprises and bearing gifts. To the left, I have my new co-host, worldwide DJ Takeover on the ones and twos from Brook Brothers. And to the right, my amazing partner in life, my amazing producer and worldwide artist, Swizzy I, also known as Mr. Shock Charm. Mr. Something Light. We got a good show in store for you today. And as you know, one thing's for sure, you may not like everything we gotta say, but two things for certain, we're gonna always keep it real. And it's not gonna be that ratchet. Just a little bit, but not too much. Today we're gonna talk about stupidity versus love. We did this episode 3 years ago, but we want to recant it now that I have some feedback from my co-hosts. And we have a very public example of exactly what I was talking about not to do in love versus stupidity. As you know, lately, there's been a lot going on the blogs with Majah Hype and his fiance/wife, as he referred to her, Kirby. There have been alleged beat-ups between the two of them, alleged cheating between the two of them. There have been sex tapes released. People's molestations were thrown in their faces. People's stuff has been thrown out of their house. And through it all, we saw a 2-hour live with Majah Hype explaining why, in my opinion, why he snapped and beat Kirby up. That's what I got from it. I don't know about anyone else, but that's what I got from it, because of the abuse that he suffered under her hand. But what was disturbing to me was that he said at the end of that, I still love her in this moment. That's what I want to touch on. We're not here to gossip about them and kick them while they're down, but I want to get to the root of what the problem is. After everything he told us that she did, she spit on me, she beat me up, she's trying to ruin my career, she's lying on me, but I still love her in this moment. To me, that's not love. What do you think, Mr. Takeover?
I think it's love.
Why? So what is your definition of... Let's start by hearing what y'all definitions of love is first. What's your definition of love?
Love is just something, I don't know, something that feelings is involved in, that's something that you like. I don't know I don't know how to explain.
That's the first part. You don't know what love is. That's why but no, and it's funny, but this is what the seriousness of it is. If you don't know what it is, you find yourself in situations calling it love, but it's something else. You understand what I'm saying? Because there's no definitive understanding of what love is. Let me hear what your definition of what love is.
Love is to lose yourself, to find yourself in it and someone else through mutuality of devotion.
Can you lose yourself to find yourself through mutuality and devotion of some bullshit, to be completely honest?
Well, we're taught that love is joy, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Love is happy, you know what I'm saying, when it's also pain and suffering.
Okay, so let's get to the characteristics of those. When we talk about pain and suffering, should people be physically abusing each other in love? Should people be trying to ruin each other's careers and reputations in love? Is that what love is?
Now that's stupidity.
Be abused in love.
Tell me
that's stupidity.
That's stupidity.
That's stupidity?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think
you just said to lose yourself, to find yourself. While you're losing yourself, bun. You find yourself. Because you gotta let go.
Bun?
Because you're losing yourself because you're putting somebody else before you, and then you're bunning yourself.
It doesn't mean you're putting someone else before you. It means that you're opening yourself to things that maybe you didn't consider before, or you're allowing yourself to be changed in some. And change doesn't mean bad. Change can be good. You can grow, you can expand, you can learn. So you're basically trusting that other person.
I didn't say it was bad. I didn't say it was bad.
You said bun. Bun is never good.
No,
let's talk about bun and cheese.
No, I'm just saying bun that you're growing. You're leaving something that you used to do, and then you're growing to the next.
But it should always be for the good in love. That's my point.
It could be for the good, but it's hard to let go.
But it should never be for the bad. So, for example, you should never be like, oh, I was never open to someone, thumping me in the face every time I don't cook something good, but he thumps me for me to be a better cook. That's love. That's not love. That's stupidity.
Stupidity.
That's stupidity.
But it's still layers because like we all know, even using their situation, it looked like some spiritual warfare was involved.
I do believe some spiritual warfare. So we spoke about this. He publicly addressed that people were doing voodoo on them or trying to cast spells on them. So they went to what we call in the West Indian community an obia man, right, or a man who was spiritual of God, so he say. And Kirby said he was trying to do spiritual work on her. Now he said he did what with the guy told him to do with the letter.
So according to the words of Majah Hype, he said he did not do any voodoo to her, but the guy he explained to her what to do. So in order not to forget, he wrote it down. And then Kirby found it in the drawer. I don't know if the obia man told him to put it in the drawer. I don't know where he told him to put it, but that's where she found it. I don't do obia. But I do know a couple of Haitian people who's like, yo, it might be in your shoe, or it might be in the drawer.
Drawer. So whatever he wrote down, it looked like it was in a spot where people usually tell you to put it. You understand what I'm saying? So it looks funny. Maybe she didn't know he wrote it down. Maybe it was innocent. But
not to cut your wisdom. So what do you think in this situation? You think it's love and stupidity, or
I think there was no love there ever. I don't ever think there was any love.
You don't think love goes with stupidity?
Love goes with stupidity to some degree, but it doesn't go with the stupidity of just straight abuse. Per Kirby, she's been abused for. They've been together 2-3 years. She's been abused for 2-3 years. So she's saying it start off abusive, right? Per him, he's been looking at her phone. Nobody never wanted them together. The mother didn't like. Him. She's referring to him as basically, they call him Coinstar or Cash App. Something like that. Her friends would refer to it. So it didn't seem like she ever loved him for him or was interested in loving him for him. The guy who's been saying that he's friends with whoever she was in that sex group with. They said Kirby was getting licks from this man for a while. Wow. But she got the worstest licks. This is what the man said. She got the worst. This is what he said. Per him, quote unquote, she get the worstest licks when he saw all those tapes, because apparently those tapes were being filmed while they were together. But from what he said, there were times where she came in there and she was saying she got beat up from him from other situations. But this was the worst one when he came across, whatever this was. That's not love. It didn't seem like she was ever interested in really loving this man and putting her all into it. And then
so he's stupid then.
He's been stupid, but I feel
respectfully.
He's not stupid. I don't think so.
We just talking about the context.
I don't understand how you guys are in love and all this stuff, and you guys are like don't understand love.
How we don't understand
not
love?
Understand love, but you're not.
We don't understand stupidity.
Yeah, there's stupidity to the love. They have to go through no stupidity or nothing.
We've been through a lot of stupidity, but there's stupidity and then there's blatant attacks, right? If you think I'm blatantly attacking you we've been together 10 years, almost 10 years. If you think I'm blatantly attacking you from beginning to end of those 10 years, you stupid to stay with me, bro. I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm not even gonna say no to you. You stupid, bro. Mm-hmm. And after a while, what you get?
Blatant attacking. What do you mean?
Like all I'm doing is I'm hitting you. You talk, I'm spitting in your face. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what he said was an ongoing abuse to him. Even if I hug you up and kiss you up after, and then come back and spit in your face again. Come on now, you can't keep. You're gonna go through things.
Yeah, don't get in the face.
Yeah, or beating on her. You see.
Nah, just the way I was up, the way I was born, just grown, like just being from Jamaican, like I'm Jamaican and stuff. I could take a couple cuss. You know what I mean? I don't want no licks. Don't put your hand on me. Don't put your hand on me, and definitely don't be spitting on me. Yeah. You're violating. Yeah. But some cuss words.
We're going to cuss each other out. You understand what I'm saying? But there's levels to it. If you disclose to me that you were molested, right? Unless I know you've done something sexually to someone else, and I'm referencing that point, that I felt like you were insensitive when knowing what happened to you, there is no way if I love this person, I'm supposed to see, and that's why you were molested or these people had you. That's not supposed to happen in love. That's not supposed to happen in love.
I feel that with humiliation, period. That's a great point that you brought up. I think once the humiliation reaches the internet, something that's supposed to be behind closed doors, it's the ultimate violation. And for him to still love her through that. See, my thing is, I don't think love. You love
yourself, bro.
Yeah, I don't think love could just go away. But I felt like you said, I don't think he. And I think he may have realized in that moment he didn't love himself, and maybe he needs counseling. I'm sure it played on his mental health as well. So I mean, I'm not going to call it stupidity, but like you said, he might not love himself. So
yeah, and when I say stupidity, I'm not saying that Majah Hype is stupid.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not calling the man stupid. I'm calling the act stupid. You understand? Because like I said, we're not here to kick anyone when they're down. We're not making fun of people. But the act of saying that you love someone who has abused you so and is publicly trying to per him. This is what you're telling us. You came on here and told us all these things and ended it with, but I love her to this day. There's stupidity in that. And you don't love yourself. There's things that you have to know when you're being abused. So there's love and there's obsession. I think he was obsessed with the idea of what it would be like to be in love with her and be in a good relationship with her. When you hear him talk, the situation was bad from jump. He said she was living with someone when they got engaged.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So like, you're not having sleepovers and stuff like that.
You said what? He was living with her?
She was living with her child's father or somebody, one of her exes when they got engaged.
So pretty much it's like sometimes like the bros would be like, damn, don't save the hoes, but he clearly knew he was saving us.
No, I don't think he knew that. Yeah. I don't think he looked at it.
Why you said save the hoes part?
Because it's like she came to him with a tragic story.
Good.
Wildin'?
No, you're not.
No. When you say save the hoes, what is your? Because we're gonna also do another episode. What is a hoe? So we're gonna save that.
Okay.
So let's not call her a hoe right now.
I wasn't calling her a hoe. I'm just saying the reference.
You're
lingo.
just using the lingo. Okay.
That's all. You know what I mean? But she is she was wilding in those tapes, man. But nah. So she came with the story. She was being abused prior to meeting Majah. You know, pretty much on the streets. She had a story about her mother. They don't get along. Her mother keep on trying to set her up with. So here he come. Don't worry, move in my crib. Bring your kids. You building a little family. And it's like,
so you think that he was when you say save a hoe, you didn't mean her, but you felt he was obsessed with the idea of rescuing her.
Yeah, a lot of men do that.
Do you? Oh, I also feel, I know there's a big. No, I also know that there's an age difference, right? I think she may be a lot younger than him, and I think sometimes
that's a big problem when you get the younger ones. You got,
and that's where I think the obsession is coming in. I notice a lot of older men. They get caught up with these young girls because they feel it's a good look. It's not a good look.
I ain't gonna lie.
Date people your age and in your category.
Respectfully, she could have just mesmerized him with the behavior.
The oochie wally wally.
You know what? When a guy, when we grow up, and then you meet the younger ones, and it's like.
Would you think it bring back that vibration?
No, yeah, it does. When your life, you're home, you're boring, and then you meet the younger one, it's like, oh man, fun.
Is it still fun when shit like this happens?
I know it's not.
No fun then. Yeah, it's not fun. It's
not.
I
gotta understand. The reason why I don't, you know, why I don't believe is because he's at a level. You understand what I'm saying?
He has kids.
That. I'm just saying, even his notoriety, I'm sure. He could travel around Atlanta somewhere where the ratio.
But all that happened in the midst of Kirby.
What I'm saying though is he could get any girl really. No disrespect to Kirby. There's nothing spectacular about any one female unless you're really like.
I'm spectacular.
Of course, but what I'm saying is.
But you know the vibe.
When he's at his level to take all that disrespect. I mean, like you said, that's.
But before that, like I said, I've had some interactions with Majah Hype before. I knew Miss Nigel from Brooklyn, and we weren't friends, but we would see each other in the same crowds, and we would hold, chit chat. I'd say hi, he'd say hi, and sometimes he'd cry. He always seemed like he was always funny. Every time I seen him, I'm not gonna lie, I left. It was with a smile or good energy. You know what I'm saying? We would have a very, very brief conversation, a minute or 2 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever the case may be. And I don't know if you remember, but when we were first moving Brook Brothers, we had a mutual friend with us that wanted us to do the studio with him because he had a studio built where he started doing the tapes from. At that point, unfortunately, we weren't able to move forward or even really, we were in the studio and we couldn't get a hold of him because he was going through a depression at that time. He came out after that and explained that, you know, he had went through that and that's why he uses the comedy, you know. From what I understand, that also had to do with a woman. So if it's true, I'm not too sure. This is just what a mutual friend told us that was brought on by, you know, a woman that was kind of dragging him at that time too. Then I think there has to be some healing for him on some emotional healing. Because when we're talking about things of molestation, people think that it's okay for older women to sleep with young boys. And that's, oh, he's a man now. That will mess you up. Right. That will mess your sons up. It's not cool. It's not funny. You know what I'm saying? Again, I don't know if this is what happened to him, but that happens a lot more than people know.
They don't got kids together, right?
No, thank God, no. You know, yeah, because this is messy.
Damn, sorry for her baby father.
No, the reason why I said thank God no is because of how bad this got. Now there's another tape that came out.
There's like 7, 8 tapes.
Yeah, no, this tape is her crying that he's throwing her stuff out, begging him not to break up her and her son's stuff. And it's like
this. You feel sympathetic to that, or is like?
I honestly feel like I don't know why she's over there without the police. If this is someone who's beating her up, this is someone who's doing all these things to her. Why did she go back there for her stuff without the cops and a U-Haul? Right. I don't understand that. I have a friend a dear friend to me who just recently went through something like this, and the first thing she did was go to the precinct.
So and like Majah's kids or nobody, like they're not the only 2 in the house.
I don't know who let her in, how she got in there. I don't know.
I'm just saying overall, like they're not the only 2 in the house.
But he said something like when he was taking her stuff out and putting it outside, he said something that, you know, I agree with. This is not storage. You understand?
I mean,
you cannot just
at the climate of the
situation. You can't expect to just keep.
I just be like, it's time for you to go. You got like 8 porn on.
No, he lucky. No, because he respectfully he could have been Jazzy Jeff and her stuff out of the crib. Like,
he was throwing her stuff. He was. He wasn't. It didn't look like he didn't have a moving team when he was nicely moving it. I can understand his frustration, but to me, you go back with the police, you go back with a U-Haul and some people, and you get your stuff out of there.
And she was the main one hyping the video up anyway. Just grab your stuff and go. It was no violence. It was nothing. So. Like, he wasn't even saying that. Just take your stuff and go. Why do you make it, oh, you stole my stuff out?
Because she probably didn't have nowhere to put it, or from it seemed like she was saying, leave it, she'll come back for it. But he's saying...
See, that's where she messed up, because there's 8 videos out. There should be 8 places she can go.
Yo, that's a whole fact, though.
You know, and that's my whole thing. And I'm not saying... I'm about sexual liberation. No, I'm about sexual liberation. Do as thy will. You understand what I'm saying? But be comfortable in it. Your opinion is your opinion. Your opinion is your opinion. If I'm okay with it, then I can live my truth. That's it. I'm not here to live by anybody else's standards.
What do you mean when you say like you're for sexual liberation?
I'm for people living their truths.
Respectfully.
Respectfully in the sense of you should know if you're with someone, they should know that truth as well. You understand what I'm saying?
No, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, so if you want to do sex tapes
if we're in a marriage, right? If we're in a marriage.
Because we're in a marriage.
Yeah. Nah, if we're in a marriage, you mean I have to come forth and be like, listen, we in this marriage, but I want to take a little piece on the side. You could take a little, like,
no, I'm saying,
something like
no.
Yes, you are supposed to do that.
No, I'm saying as long as I'm truthful,
and
you're
both
with that.
parties agree.
Yeah,
and both parties agree.
So there's no rules to this liberation thing. You can just be free for all.
But if both of you guys are free, then what difference does it make? If both people are okay with it.
Majah wasn't free. He said
he didn't know.
I think when people get that, I don't want people to get confused with that liberation means it's a free for all, like there's no limits or boundaries.
There's no rules. No,
there's
when I say free,
communication must be.
Absolutely. Oh, wow. Yeah. So
like
if Majah was okay with her in the sex groups and stuff, then that's fine. No one has a right to judge them.
Yeah.
But if he didn't know,
right,
then that's where the problem comes in.
Bun and cheese.
We're on the same page. You made me lose my train of thought now.
He was like, listen.
I was over
Grab
here
the
like,
back of your neck.
No,
No.
because,
And
I'm
I'm just joking. My husband
humiliated, bro.
doesn't grab me at any
He
type
was
of way.
humiliated, bro.
He was, and
the
a lot
bruises,
of us-
ego and all of that, bro. Like,
Yo,
that's
I don't
issue.
feel like he was I didn't get humiliation from Majah Hype. What I got was
he's a comedian, respectfully.
no. What I got, and then again, we don't know what else he's been through in life. So
That's
this
what I'm
may
saying,
have
but
not been nothing to
What
him.
I'm saying is he's dealing with a pain the right way. Shout out to Majah Hype. I feel like he's dealing with it the way he's been dealing with his life because
as a man,
he's been molested early on, right? And he's still been dealing with even those traumas that he probably didn't heal from through comedy.
Which brings me to my best point.
Right.
wait, not good.
Which brings me to my best point, right? This is why I think he don't know what love is. And this is why I think he's making these decisions because of the trauma.
So
he has
technically, nobody's ever gonna know what love is until they finally get love.
That's a fact.
Alright, so that is
Yeah,
no
that's a
judgment.
fact.
It doesn't even
But
matter.
there was never judgment. What if this is for our community because we have so many broken people trying to get with broken people. And this is what's causing this type of demise. And they're doing it in the name of love when it's not love, it's stupidity. That was the point of this.
We're all gonna be broke.
No, you have to work on yourself first before you bring that into. And both people can't be broke.
I'm just saying, statistic-wise, African Americans, slavery.
No,
we're coming from a broke place.
No, you're absolutely right, and that's something else that we want to talk
that's
about.
That's a whole other episode.
Yeah, no, but
that's 2 episodes.
we gotta address
my
that.
check is going up.
Statistic-wise, as African Americans, as Black people, as even just identifying in this country is broken. Blacks, African Americans, Negro, you know what I'm saying? Finding your own identity here has been its own journey. And one thing we don't do in the community is we don't take like mental health seriously. Mm-hmm. We never claim it. We're like, oh no, that's no disrespect. That's white people stuff. That's exactly how Black people use. He's depressed. He have time. He have too much time to be depressed. I too broke to be depressed. I don't have time for it. Do you understand? I got bills to pay. It gets worse when you get to the West Indians. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Black people's one thing. When you get to the West Indians, I got time to be depressed. I have bills to pay. Depression is a luxury. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? Meanwhile, you're hurting. You're going through things. You're not healing from it. You're just moving through it.
That's a fact. We dealing with like enormous trauma.
Yeah, and it's not just from relationships. It's our parents that are frustrated, working 3 and 4 jobs, coming up here. Not knowing and taking it out on the kids, broken relationships, saying your daddy this, your daddy that. What happened, take over? Am I striking a chord?
I'm just joking. You know what you're doing?
Am I stroking a chord there?
Nah. My mom used to be like, she used to do that.
What she used to do to you?
She used to say all that.
Tell you about it.
So if every Jamaican parents, especially if your pops was like not in the house, and your pops be like, oh, he coming for you on the weekend. Your mom's in let Friday you get out of school at 3 and it's like 3:40. Your pops ain't there. Bare cussing. Y'all in love.
It's cool. Yeah, it's cool.
Y'all almost got stupid though. Y'all almost got a little stupid right there. But we
be building. Like it get rough, but we be building.
It was lit. I was over here like, yeah, say something.
Shout out to all women out there doing their thing. Don't depend on no man for nothing, and is out here getting it.
Shout out all the girls Megan's knees. You heard all y'all Megan knees. Shout out y'all Megan knees.
But all jokes aside, I really do hope that they both get the healing and the help that they need. And if anybody's going through abuse, if anybody's going through any type of depression, we'll have links at the end that you can reach out to get help. But one thing's for sure and 2 things for certain is that love is something that is universal. It's understood when you look at a baby and you feel that joy. It's pure. It's not tainted by things like abuse or things like demonic warfare that you're implying for someone else. You're putting on someone else because you want them to do what you want them to do. 2 things for certain is that you're not going to be blessed that way, and you're never going to be happy that way. Because if you think that love is something that you can control, it don't work like that. If you think that love is something that you can buy, it don't work like that. If you think that love is something that you can go to an obia man and make it happen. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. Love yourself first. If you think you can love someone and don't love you, it don't work like that. If you think you can love and have not healed from all the pains that you've gone through, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. You got to get yourself together. And two broken people can't be together because no one can uplift the other. So till next time, guys.
Follow, link, subscribe on Instagram and on our YouTube channel. You know, at Cloes Couch. You know what I mean? Make sure you guys hit the bell for the notifications to find out about our next spicy, zesty episodes. I am your boy, Swizzy Guy.
We're not involved in nothing zesty.
Come on, man. Lucky to be on camera. We love take us home, baby girl.
Till next time. Peace.